Okay, I wanna see if you relate to me on this. My yarn stash is completely overwhelming me. It's gotten to the point where I look at it and then I find new skeins that I probably bought years ago, but I'm coming across and literally forgot I bought. Like, that is how bad my yarn hoarding has got. I don't know if you're with me on this, but I also could save a little money spending on yarn. Also, I would love to clear out, I keep looking at it over here, it's just overwhelming me. I would love to clear out some and just make some space, you know? Just not be so overwhelmed when I walk into my craft room. I don't know, are you with me? Anyone out there? Let me know. If that sounds like you, I want to invite you to join me for a 1-month yarn cleanse. Now, I didn't come up with the yarn cleanse concept. I don't believe it's like technically a challenge. I don't know, people call it different things, like a yarn diet, yarn cleanse, yarn purge. I don't even know. You can call it whatever you want. I like to call it a yarn cleanse. Kind of sounds fun, but it's not, because let me just tell you what a yarn cleanse is. And this is my official invite to see if you would like to be an accountability buddy of mine so we can like help keep each other accountable. I'm gonna be doing it the month of March, but whenever you're watching this video, feel free to join this yarn cleanse challenge. So what exactly is a yarn cleanse? Well, it's super simple. I have 2 rules for you, and I say it's simple. Yes, it's simple, but it's gonna be a little hard for us yarn hoarders, but that's a good thing. This is what we want. Rule number 1 is no buying any new yarn for the entire month. And I know you're probably thinking, like, are you insane? That is impossible. But I promise you, I have done this challenge before, and it's really hard at the beginning, but it gets easier. And then you get really motivated because you start getting through your stash and you don't really want to buy new yarn. It's a weird feeling. I know, it's like really weird. I'm definitely not there right now, and I'm hoping this cleanse will kind of get me to that point where I'm less of a consumer and more of like a, let's use yarn we already have at home and not spend a bunch more money on yarn I don't need. But there is one exception with rule number 1, which is if you are a crochet business owner and you have a custom order, or maybe you have a custom order that somebody put in with you at a craft show and they need something specific. Of course, buy the yarn for that specific project only though. You can't be like adding more things to your cart just because you're buying yarn. Only buy what you need to fulfill custom orders that month. Other than that, there's no buying any new yarn. I don't care if there's an amazing sale. I don't care if Joann's is texting you all these coupons. I don't care if there's a new color and it's pink and you have to have it because that's gonna be me, but you don't have to have it. Trust me, you will get through it. It's just 1 month of no buying any new yarn. Rule number 2, if you wanna participate in the challenge, is you have to crochet every single day. So as part of the challenge, we will be crocheting every day because the goal is to get through some of the stash we already have. And if we just don't buy new yarn and then not crochet, we're just gonna like wind up with the same amount of yarn. At least we're not accumulating more, I guess. But the goal is that we're actually getting through some of our old skeins of yarn, getting re-motivated by them, and just feeling like re-inspired and create something magical. I don't know, like create something new, I guess. And also just get through your yarn because we wanna make some space for new yarn. If you do this challenge, by the way, I should let you know, at the end of the month, I mean, once you're done with the challenge, you probably will just buy a bunch more yarn and like, you know, kind of wind up where we started. But I will say this challenge really does help get through some of those old skeins that you've just been holding on to for whatever reason, and they're just not motivating you anymore, and you need to do something with them because you're not gonna give them away. Let's be real, it's really hard to get rid of yarn. So yes, that is the challenge. If you are interested in participating, I do have some tips for you because I have done this challenge before, and like I said, it can be really hard. but I got some tips for you to make it quite a lot easier. Oh, and I should add, by the way, crocheting every day doesn't mean you need to like crochet all day every day as rule number 2. Crocheting every day, I mean, just pick up a hook and yarn at least once a day, even if it's just for 5 minutes, just to crochet every day of the month. Okay, I've got a couple tips for you to make this challenge a little bit easier. Tip number 1 is to avoid in-person shopping. And I know, I love in-person shopping too. Like literally walking down the aisles, feeling all the yarn, browsing, even when I think I'm not gonna get something. I almost always get something if I'm browsing the yarn aisles at Joann's, Michael's, wherever I'm at, it doesn't even matter. I'm getting at least something. So if you do need to make a purchase somewhere like Michael's and you got like something craft related that you need to make or like need to buy and you go into the store, you're probably gonna walk on over to the yarn aisle, pick up a couple skeins. And if you're anything like me, that's definitely what I do. So my tip for you is to actually do pick up in-person orders. That way you don't have to like wait for the item to be shipped to you or pay for shipping. But a lot of these craft stores actually do a pick up order. So you make your purchase online and it's a lot easier not to like go or add some yarn to your cart because I don't know, I just have better self-discipline when I'm doing that. When I'm in stores, it's like, I don't even care. I don't know. How are you? Like, do you get more tempted online or do you get more tempted in stores? Comment down below. I'm super curious. But for me, online, it's a lot easier just to be like, okay, I'm gonna add that one thing that I need, and then I'm gonna do a pickup in-person order. I pick it up and I don't walk around the store. So hopefully that tip helps you. If you're more of an online shopper, then do the opposite and don't do any online shopping and just go to the store. Whatever is gonna help you make this easier on you. Another tip I have for you is set a goal for your stash. So take inventory of all the yarn that you have right now. Maybe write down the amount of skeins that you have, or just the amount of like, take a picture of it or something. Just like know the amount you have right now. I'm just like, I don't want to count my skeins. There's too many of them. But take a picture and know your starting point and have a goal of, I want to get through 5 skeins of yarn this month. I want to get through 10, whatever your goal is. Or maybe it's a specific project you want to get through. Maybe it's a blanket that's been sitting there and you got a lot of yarn for it and you just been, you know, kind of putting it off. I'm the type of person, I'm that type of crocheter that has a million projects going at once. So whatever goal helps you get through the most yarn this month, make that goal and track that goal. And it's gonna be so exciting to see at the end of the month how many skeins of yarn you were able to get through and how much yarn you were able to actually use up. And it's not just like collecting dust on the shelves anymore. It's the best feeling. It's like, I don't know, I'm looking at my yarn again, I'm just like staring at it, and there's some skeins I've had for years, and I think it's time. I think it's finally time to use them. I'll be posting updates on my yarn cleanse over on Instagram, so if we're not friends on Instagram yet, go ahead and check out my page. I will be, again, sharing kind of accountability posts and sharing updates, and I would love for you to send me your updates as well. Tag me on there, and I'm excited to see how much yarn you can get through this month, and I promise you it sounds a lot harder than it actually is. If you, well, at the beginning it's hard. Like I said, okay, the beginning it is hard, but it gets easier, and I promise you that it gets easier. So if you want to join me and other crocheters in our community during this yarn cleanse, again, I will be doing it for the whole month of March, but whenever you're watching this video, feel free to just start this month that you're in. And yeah, if you want to join, comment down below, and we will be able to keep each other accountable down below in the comment section. And while you're down there, if you want to hit like and subscribe to the channel, that would be super awesome to help me grow the channel and reach more crocheters like you. And yeah, I'm super excited for this challenge. I know it's like a weird challenge to be excited for. I'm excited to actually maybe save some money on yarn and get through some yarn, and then have a good reason to treat myself to yarn shopping next month. But anyways, I hope you enjoy this challenge, and again, I'm excited to be your accountability buddy through it as well. But until then, I will see you, my friend, in this video right here. Bye!